And I will never ask them for anything else because they clearly see me as nothing more than a doormat or a cash cow. I received no responses from them, they just stood there, like fish out of water. So I continued to rant and ask them what in God's name made them believe they were such good parents after all of that. This time my father's face was flushed with embarrassment rather than rage. And my mother was crying, saying she was a terrible person. I openly agreed that she is a terrible person, and I bet they'll go to hell for it. They were all aware that they were horrible individuals. But if I had called them out on all of this in private rather than in public, they would have gotten angry and continued to act as if I was in the wrong. They simply maintained the denial for so long that it became ingrained in their personality. My mother buried her face in my father's jacket, crying, and my father appeared more defeated than I had ever seen him. Jason and his family avoided me completely as they finished packing everything back into the moving truck. I made certain that nothing of mine was stolen, despite the fact that I hadn't had much time to acquire any furnishings. I was lucky to have a couch at the time. They all got back in their cars and my sister-in-law just stayed there glaring at me with hate until my brother convinced her to drive the minivan home. And as soon as they were gone, I rushed back online and told everyone what had happened. My parents were too humiliated to try to justify their behavior this time. And while the family was slightly divided prior to this occurrence, it was now overwhelmingly in my favor. Following this incident, nearly the entire family has come out in support of me. And those who haven't just aren't siding with anyone, no matter how many times my parents attempted the "we did it for Jason" excuse. No one was listening anymore. As a result, they no longer have any familial support. Many members of the family, including the erstwhile flying monkeys, sided with me, despite my expectations. So I suppose they'd had enough. Around that time I offered to entertain half of the family for Christmas Eve at my new home. My folks weren't invited. Surprisingly, I was not blocked on the profiles of my brother and sister-in-law, and I saw that my sister-in-law delivered her fourth child in early November. They still live with my parents. I'm quite sure they knew I was watching because my sister-in-law kept posting passive-aggressive comments about not having enough space while living with my parents, most likely to see if she could still blame me. And I'm sure it's driving my mother and father insane, because they can't get any peace and quiet in their old age with 3 boisterous, obnoxious kids, a mentally unstable sister-in-law, my golden child brother, and a newborn baby, all in the house at the same time. Perhaps they could relocate into a camper in their own backyard and let Jason take over their entire house. They could find some serenity then. Yeah. They could do it for Jason. There were meant to be more, but this post became far too long, so I'll release part 3 later.